The boat wasn't supposed to be out that far. We all knew it. The forecast said it would hold until morning. But out on the water, you learn fast that forecasts don't mean anything. It was supposed to be a quick overnight run. 4 of us, nothing unusual. We'd done it before. But around midnight, the wind changed. Not slowly, all at once. Like something flipped. The water went from calm to violent in minutes. Waves started hitting the side of the boat hard enough to throw you off your feet. The captain yelled for us to start securing everything. That's when the first wave came over. Not splashing, pouring. Cold water slammed across the deck and knocked one of the guys straight into the railing. That's when we knew. This wasn't normal. I grabbed onto whatever I could. The boat started tilting. Too far. Too fast. Another wave hit. Bigger. Louder. And then the engine cut. Just died. No warning, no sound. Just gone. That's when panic hit. Because without that engine, we weren't riding those waves anymore. We were at their mercy. Someone yelled for life jackets. I grabbed one and barely got it on before the next wave hit. That one flipped us. No slow roll, no time to react. 1 second I was on the deck. The next I was underwater, pitch black, freezing, spinning. I didn't know which way was up. My lungs were already burning by the time I broke the surface. The boat was gone. Just gone. Somewhere beneath me. I could hear yelling, 3 voices, then 2, then just 1. I turned in the water trying to see anything. Every wave lifted me just long enough to catch a glimpse, then dropped me back into darkness. I saw one of the guys maybe 20 feet away. He was trying to swim, not toward anything, just trying to stay alive. I tried to get to him, but every wave pushed us further apart. Then I lost him, just like that. Gone. I don't know how long I was out there. Time doesn't feel real in water like that. You just fight to breathe, fight to stay up. Then something hit me. Hard. I grabbed it without thinking. Wood. Part of the boat. I held onto it with everything I had. And for a second, I just tried to breathe. If you're listening to this right now, I appreciate you being here. Seriously, out of everything you could be doing, you chose to listen to this. All right, back to it. That's when I realized I wasn't alone anymore. There was someone else holding onto the same piece of wood, on the other side. I couldn't see his face at first, just the shape, the movement, the sound of breathing. Heavy, too calm, way too calm for what was happening. "Hey," I yelled. No response, just that same steady breathing. We rode the waves like that for a while, up and down, up and down. I tried again. "Are you all right?" Nothing. Then lightning flashed. For just a second, I saw his face, and I knew something was wrong. Not hurt, not scared, just empty, like none of this mattered. Then he spoke, calm, clear, like we weren't in the middle of a storm. Not everyone made it out. My stomach dropped. "Yeah, I know," I said. "Where are the others?" Another flash. He was closer now, still holding on, still staring. They didn't come up. Something about the way he said it was off. Not worried, not shaken, just certain, like he already knew, before it even happened. Another wave hit us. Hard. I lost my grip for a second, barely got it back. When I looked up again, he was closer, closer than the water should have let him move. "You shouldn't have come out here," he said, and that's when it hit me. I never saw him on the boat, not before the storm, not during, not once, and I knew every face on that crew, every one, but not his. Another wave came in, bigger than the rest. It tore us apart. The wood ripped out of my hands. I went under again, spinning, cold, dark. When I came back up, he was gone. No sound, no movement, just me and the ocean. They found me hours later, floating alone. No boat, no other survivors. They told me 3 bodies were never recovered. I didn't argue, didn't tell them what I saw. but I still think about it, because out of everything that happened that night, the storm, the waves, the cold, none of it scared me as much as that moment. Holding onto that piece of wood, looking into the face of someone who was never supposed to be there. If you were out there like that, and someone grabbed onto the only thing keeping you alive, but you knew they didn't come from your boat, would you hold on or let go? I shouldn't have been driving that road that late, but I thought I could beat the storm. It didn't look that bad when I started. Just light snow, nothing I hadn't driven through before. The road was empty, no headlights, no cars, just me and the mountain. I remember thinking how quiet it felt. Too quiet, like everything had already shut down before the storm even hit. About 20 minutes in, the snow picked up, fast. Visibility dropped hard. The road started disappearing in front of me. Just 2 faint tire tracks, and darkness on both sides. I slowed down, tight grip on the wheel, watching for any sign of the edge. That's when my phone lost signal. No GPS, no map, just a blank screen. I should have turned around right there, but I didn't. I kept going. Then the wind hit, hard, pushed the car sideways just enough to make my stomach drop. I corrected it, barely. That's when I realized I couldn't see the guardrail anymore. I leaned forward, trying to make it out through the windshield. Nothing, just snow. Then suddenly, my headlights caught something, a shape, standing on the side of the road. I slammed the brakes, the car slid, not spinning, just drifting forward, slow, uncontrolled, right toward it. For a second, I thought it was a person, just standing there, in the storm, not moving, not waving, just watching. I cranked the wheel, tried to avoid it. The tires caught, then lost grip completely, and that's when the car went over. It wasn't a straight drop, more like a long, violent slide. The car rolled once, twice, glass shattered around me, metal screamed, then everything stopped, dead quiet. I didn't move at first, didn't know if I could. Then the pain hit, sharp, everywhere. I checked my arms, my legs, still there, still working, barely. The car was tilted, half buried in snow, driver's side crushed. Passenger door was the only way out. I forced it open. Cold air hit me like a wall. I crawled out into the snow, and that's when I saw how far I'd fallen. The road was gone, way up above, barely visible through the storm. Just a faint line in the distance, no way back up, no signal, no lights, nothing, just snow and trees. I had 2 choices, stay with the car or move. I started walking, didn't even know where, just away, trying to stay warm, trying to stay awake. The wind kept pushing me sideways, snow up to my knees in some spots. Every step felt heavier than the last. Then I saw it. Lights, faint, through the trees. A cabin, small, 1 light on inside. I moved toward it as fast as I could, slipping, falling, getting back up. By the time I reached the door, my hands were numb. I knocked, nothing. Knocked again, still nothing. I tried the handle, unlocked. I stepped inside, warm, too warm, no fire going, no sound, just that 1 light. I closed the door behind me, tried to catch my breath. That's when I noticed something. Boots, by the door, covered in snow, fresh. Someone had just come in. "Hello?" I called out. No answer. I moved further inside, slow, every step echoing in that silence. Then I saw it, a window, looking out toward the road, and through it, I could see the spot where I went over, faint, but there, and standing on the edge of the road, was the same figure, still there, in the storm, not moving, not searching, just watching. I felt something behind me, a shift in the air, like someone had stepped closer. Slowly, I turned, and standing there, just a few feet away, was a man, covered in snow, staring at me. And he said quietly, "You made it further than most. If you saw someone standing on the road, right before your car went over, and then saw them again after, would you believe you survived, or that you never left that mountain?" I wasn't supposed to be on that helicopter. That's the part I keep going back to. I almost didn't go. The trip got moved up last minute. Schedule changed. Pilot switched. Everything about it felt rushed, but I went anyway. It was just supposed to be a short flight. 40 minutes, in and out. Nothing major. There were only 3 of us on board. Me, the pilot, and 1 other passenger. A guy I barely knew. We took off just before sunset. The weather was clear. No wind. Smooth. Too smooth. I remember thinking how quiet it felt once we got up there. No traffic, no noise. Just that steady hum of the blades. About 10 minutes in, the pilot glanced back at me. Not long, just enough to make eye contact. Then he looked forward again. Something about that look stuck with me. Like he was about to say something, but didn't. I brushed it off, went back to looking out the window. That's when I noticed it. A faint vibration. Not strong, just enough to feel through the seat. At first I thought it was normal, but it didn't go away. It got worse, slowly. The pilot adjusted something. Then again, I could see his shoulders tense up. That's when I knew. Something wasn't right. The other passenger leaned forward. "Everything good?" he asked. The pilot didn't answer right away. Then finally, "Yeah, just a little turbulence." But there was no wind, no clouds, nothing that should have caused it. The vibration turned into a shake, then a rattle. The sound changed. That steady hum turned into something uneven, something off. The pilot grabbed the controls tighter. Now he wasn't pretending anymore. "We've got an issue," he said. Calm. Too calm. "What kind of issue?" I asked. He didn't answer, just kept working. That's when the helicopter dropped. Not a full fall, just enough to make your stomach flip. Then it caught again. Barely. The other passengers started asking questions. Fast, loud, panicked. The pilot snapped. "Quiet." And that's when I saw it. A warning light. Flashing. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it wasn't good. The shaking got violent, metal rattling. Something above us sounded loose. Then a loud crack, like something gave way. The helicopter tilted hard to one side. The pilot fought it, pulled back, corrected. For a second, it felt like we might actually recover. Then it happened. The engine cut, just like that. Silence, except for the wind. We were dropping, fast. The ground came up quicker than I thought possible. Trees, rock, everything rushing toward us. I remember grabbing the seat in front of me, bracing, then impact, violent, loud. Everything went black. When I woke up, it was quiet. Too quiet. Smoke in the air. The helicopter was on its side, crushed, the front completely destroyed. The pilot wasn't moving. The other passenger was gone, not in his seat, not anywhere I could see. I forced myself out. Every part of my body hurt. But I was alive. I stumbled away from the wreck, trying to clear my head. That's when I heard it. Footsteps, behind me, slow, crunching through dirt and debris. I turned, and there he was, the other passenger, standing there, no panic, no injuries, just watching me. "You made it," he said, like he expected me to. "Where were you?" I asked. He didn't answer, just looked back at the helicopter, then at me. "You weren't supposed to be on this flight," he said. My stomach dropped. "What?" He stepped closer, calm, too calm. The pilot wasn't the problem. That's when it hit me. Everything about the flight. The schedule change, the last-minute switch, the vibration, the way the pilot looked at me, like he knew something was wrong. And then, like he didn't have time to say it, I took a step back. "What did you do?" I asked. He smiled. Not big, just enough. Something that should have ended this a lot cleaner. Then he looked past me, toward the trees, like he was already thinking about what came next. I didn't wait. I turned and ran. Didn't care where. Didn't care how bad I was hurt. Just away from him. I don't remember how long I ran. I just know I didn't stop. They found me hours later. Rescue team said I was lucky to be alive, said the crash didn't make sense. Mechanical failure, that's what they called it. They never found the other passenger. No tracks, no sign he was ever there. But I know what I saw, and I know what he said. You weren't supposed to be on this flight. So let me ask you this. If someone planned something like that, and you survived it, do you think they'd just disappear, or come back to finish it? I should have stayed on the main road. That's the first mistake. The second was thinking I was already safe. I'd been driving for hours, back roads, no signal, no traffic, nothing, just trees and darkness. The storm hit fast. Rain so heavy it erased the road in front of me. My headlights barely did anything. I slowed down, tried to focus, tried to stay between the lines I couldn't even see anymore. That's when the engine started acting up. At first, just a stutter, then again, then worse, until finally, it died. Right there, in the middle of nowhere. I tried to start it again. Nothing. Just that empty clicking sound. I grabbed my phone. No service. Of course. I sat there for a minute, listening to the rain slam against the car, thinking. Then I saw it, a light, through the trees, far, but steady. I didn't have a choice. I grabbed my jacket and stepped out into the rain. Cold hit instantly, the kind that goes straight through you. I started walking toward the light, branches snapping under my feet, mud pulling at every step. The closer I got, the clearer it became. A house, old, wood. One light on inside. No other cars, no movement. Just that one light. I went up to the door and knocked. Nothing. Knocked again. Still nothing. I tried the handle, unlocked. That should have been enough to make me leave. But it didn't. I stepped inside. Warm, dry, too quiet. I closed the door behind me. "Hello?" I called out. No answer. The place looked lived in, but empty, like someone had just stepped out. Then I noticed something on the wall. Photos, dozens of them, different people, different nights, all standing outside, in the rain, in front of this house. My chest tightened. I stepped closer, looked harder. That's when I realized every single one of them was taken from the same angle, like someone inside the house was watching them, taking pictures, before letting them in. I felt it then, that feeling, like I wasn't alone anymore. Slowly, I turned around, and there he was, standing in the hallway, just watching me. No surprise, no movement, like he'd been there the whole time, waiting. "You made it inside," he said, calm, almost impressed. My heart started racing. I took a step back. "What is this?" I asked. He didn't answer, just looked past me, toward the wall, then back at me. They all thought the same thing you did. I didn't wait. I turned and ran for the door, yanked it open, and froze. Because outside wasn't the woods anymore. It was the road, my car, sitting there, engine off, exactly where I left it. Like I never walked away, like I never came here. I turned back. The house was gone. No light, no door, nothing, just trees and darkness. I got back in my car, hands shaking, turned the key, and it started. First try, like nothing ever happened. I drove, didn't stop, didn't look back, and I still don't know if I ever actually left that place or if I'm still on that road. So let me ask you this. If you found a place like that, and it let you leave, would you ever believe you were really out? And if you made it this far with me tonight, you already know the kind of stories we tell here. The ones that stay with you. The ones that make you think twice about things you used to ignore. So if that's your kind of thing, there's a whole library waiting for you. And the next one might hit even harder than this one.